Rush Limbaugh joins us, fresh from his radio show, 3 hours in the afternoon. You have over 11 million people listening to you every day, including this gentleman from Iowa. Am I correct?
Correct.
You'll stand, and you do listen to Rush.
Absolutely. I guess I consider myself an avid listener to you, and I would classify you as the conservative voice of talk radio. Hopefully, you will end up to be the conservative voice of TV.
Yeah.
And what I'd be interested in is what form...
I should remind you that we already have one. It's me.
Well, I know. No, you're the other side. But what I'd be interested in, if you would explain to us the format and so forth of your new TV
Tell us
program.
about the new TV show. Rush.
Well, we're still in the process of putting it together, and I'm reluctant to divulge some because there are those who would love to steal our brilliant ideas.
We don't want them to do that.
Who are you going to vote for president, and how do you feel about people that are AIDS victims and stuff?
I think first of all, I don't know who I'm going to vote for president yet because I don't know who's running. And do I have any idea? Well, I mean, I'll tell you this. I don't want the next president calling Jesse Jackson or Ted Kennedy or Barney Frank to ask who to put on the Supreme Court. So that would rule out the Democrat. In my mind, though, the Democrat never is an option anyway.
Why did you select Barney Frank?
Well, he's liberal. I mean, he's a so I know what you're doing. You think I selected him because he's gay. I didn't. He's a quintessential liberal, and he speaks out on legal and judicial issues.
Now, you have suspended the AIDS update from your program, which you realized long ago was making fun of people who were dying, and that wasn't funny.
Not at all.
And so your response to this young woman's question about AIDS victims would be, you're sorry, pray for them, and
oh, absolutely. I think it's. Oh, look, it's a devastating, terrible disease, and I'm as interested in anybody in finding the cure for it. But you know, it's a disease that can be dealt with in the future, prevented by behavior. And I think that somehow is laughed at when it's stated.
Well, I don't know. No, I'm not sure who's laughing at it. I think there are some concern that you might bring a judgment to people in that sense, and there's a concern about your being a homophobe. You want to put that to rest right now on the good old Donahue.
I'm not judgmental about that, and I am not a homophobe. No, I'm not a sexist. I'm not a racist. I'm not a bigot.
You're just an all-American Norman Rockwell kind of guy.
Absolutely, Phil. Absolutely.
Do you intend to be more outrageous than Howard Stern?
Yeah.
Again, we're talking about substance and non-substance, and you know, I couldn't do Howard Stern. My IQ isn't low enough.
Yeah.
And Are you environmentally friendly?
Are you environmentally friendly?
Well, I don't know. I kill grass. You know, I mow grass and...
Rush.
Yes, I'm environmentally friendly.
Yes.
What's your view on racial quotas?
Racial quotas.
I'm all opposed to them, no matter how you slice it.
Are you there, caller? Hi.
Hi.
What do you think?
This is America, and everyone is allowed an opinion, but I am tired of the networks that chase after the almighty dollar by using fringe weirdos to shock and manipulate. We should all write letters and stop him from coming on the air. We need people who take the high road.
There's the new fascism. Now, wait a minute. She starts out by saying, this is America, freedom of speech. She wants me off the air. She wants your help. You applaud it. You call me a fascist.
That's right, so let's write letters.
Madam, examine yourself. You should be embarrassed with this. I'm a harmless little fuzzball. Nobody makes you listen to me.
You're not harmless because you're a manipulator. You're devious and you're evil. And you don't help the world.
Ooh.
Are you sure you're not flattering the man?
I probably am.
Well,
that's the sad part.
It should be said
that what he likes.
One of the grievances offered by not a few conservatives is that somehow if you're on the right, they tell you that. If you're on the left, you're a talk show host. If you're on the right, you're a weirdo, an extremist. And they rage at this double standard. Yes?
I was just going to comment that you're like a phenomena. Right? And you say you comment on phenomena, and now you're a phenomena, and we're going to see you on book bags and...
Yeah, he's already shown the... you want a T-shirt?
We already got it.
Oh, you've got it.
If you want a video.
The Limbaugh Chronicles. Yeah. Well, the Excellence in Marketing Group.
The question I did want...
You bought this?
No.
Well, you brought it.
I brought it. The question I wanted to ask you was why you make up names for your employees.
Well, because the show is about having fun. And it stems from when I first started. The first crew I had didn't want their names mentioned. They wanted it private. And the names just developed, and people plugged those holes. There's nothing in it that's intended to deny people their rights.
And we'll be back in just a moment.